It's all about women's sport this morning. The Matildas are in line to reap the benefits of this year's World Cup campaign. Football Australia confirming a new collective bargaining agreement which will see the tiered pay structure scrapped. Joining me live is former Socceroo Craig Foster. Craig, great to see you once again. I love talking the Matildas with you, particularly on this day. Is it as good as it seems?
Yeah, it is. It's a really great step forward, and congratulations to all the parties. You know, the PFA, which represents the players, and Football Australia for coming to the table and recognising. You see in all of their language that it is a partnership between athletes and the sports that they inhabit and that they sell and that they promote, and that they should be very much at the centre of, and that's reflected through this agreement. So it's wonderful news to see that the what we call the share of player-generated revenue has also risen. So, you know, they're talking very much about a commercial partnership between, this is with the Socceroos and Matildas, but of course the big news here is the Matildas, that they will all be in position to earn between another 80 to 100,000 additional dollars a year, and rightly so. You know, they are Australia's darling national team, and it's fabulous to see.
Yeah, it certainly is. When it comes to, better pay, that's certainly a great thing. But also we know that the competition is from big clubs overseas, like Sam Kerr, like many of the players in the Matildas side. The dollar overseas is so much bigger. What do you think the solution here is to actually keeping some of these girls at home and being able to play like Courtney Vine?
It's a great question, because it's a really good problem to have. The reason is because our players are at the top level, and
Yeah.
Real Madrid wants Hayley Razzo, and Chelsea wants Sam Kerr. And, that has not always been the case. It was the case for our male players, particularly back in the 90s and early 2000s. It's no longer today. We're trying to rebuild that. So Australian footballers always have this really quite difficult puzzle to solve, Laura, in that most of the other competitions that it competes against in Australia have the best athletes here. All the Australians stay here, whether it's AFL or most of the rugby league players or others. Ours is very different. We're playing a global game. The biggest competitions are in Europe and elsewhere, and even now in the Middle East is sucking in a lot of talent with, extraordinary expenditures. And so for us to be successful at national team level and also with domestic professional competitions, we need the best players in the world. So for us, it's fabulous that, Sam Kerr is leading Chelsea, scoring every week and is second in the Ballon d'Or at the same time that she comes back here to play for the Matildas in a home World Cup and thrills the world. So it's kind of a bit of a delicate balance that football has to navigate that most other sports in Australia don't have to.